A schedule. What is the meaning of a schedule? A schedule, a sequence of instructions that specify the chronological order in which instruction of concurrent transaction are executed. It's the same way. The definition of a schedule is series of operations as executed by DBMS. So the first schedule is serial schedule. Serial schedule is a very simple schedule. You execute one transaction after another transaction. Means first you complete the one transaction, then after completing the transaction start the next transaction, then next. Means you complete first transaction, you complete all the operation of transaction, then start the next transaction and execute all the operation of next transaction, then start the next. Means you complete the in the last in this transaction there is two suppose there is two transaction T1 and transaction T2. You first complete transaction T1, then start transaction T2. Here in transaction T1 there is a several operation. You complete first all the operation of this transaction T1. You read A, manipulate A, then write A, which this is read and write, and this read B, manipulate and write B. Then after completing this all the operation of transaction T1, start transaction T2. The transaction T2's first instruction is read A, manipulate and write A, read B, and manipulate and write B. And after completing the T1, complete all the operation of T2. This is the one of the possible schedule, serial schedule. Or you execute transaction T2 first, then transaction T1. Means you complete all the operations of transaction T2, then start all the operations of transaction T1. So this is one of the possible serial schedule. You complete transaction T2 first, then T1, or you complete transaction T1 first, then start transaction T2. This is called the serial schedule. Here the definition you can say in other word, serial schedule that does not interleave the operation of any different transaction. Here there is no interleaving between operations of different transactions. It's called serial schedule. In non-serial schedule, when operations are different transactions are interleaved, when these operations of transaction T1 or T2 are interleaved, then we call this schedule as a non-serial schedule. So in this last example, T1 and T2 are the two different transactions, and we execute several first two operations of transaction T1, then execute three operations of transaction T2, then two operations of transaction T1, then one operation of transaction T2, then two operations of transaction T1, then last two operations of transaction 2. Means we are in this non-serial schedule, we interleave the operations, then we call this is a non-serial schedule. Means interleaving, where operations of transaction are interleaved, we call it non-serial schedule. Next is complete schedule. A schedule is said to be complete schedule if each transaction of the schedule has commit or abort operation present. In each schedule there are two operations are commit or abort. If all the transaction of schedule has commit and abort is present, then we called it the schedule is complete schedule. Here in this example, transaction T1 and transaction T2 are two transactions. Transaction T1 has several operations and last is commit is present. And transaction T2 there is an abort present. Means each transaction of this schedule T1 and T2 has commit and abort is present. Then we called it is complete schedule. Suppose in this example commit is not present, then we will call this not complete schedule. Or transaction T2 has not abort present, then it will call the non-complete schedule. Means all the transaction of schedule has its commit or abort present, then we will call the schedule is complete schedule.